going to pretend that we are a corporation and I'm the CEO. I just like the way that sounds. Right? Yeah. As a CEO, I like to give my team projects, tasks, and assignments. And with those project tasks and assignments are going to come rules, restrictions, guidelines, and of course obstacles to overcome. So the project is this. I would like to see my team play a little volleyball. Just a little volleyball. You're just going to gently pass the balloon back and forth. All right, rules, restrictions, and guidelines. First of all, don't let the balloons hit the chairs, the floors, the ceiling, whatever. Keep them afloat. And obstacles to overcome. I would like for all of you to take your dominant hand. If you are right-handed, that is your right hand. If you are left-handed, that is your left hand. And put it behind your back. You can only use your left dominant hand. Go. A little cooperative volleyball. That's what they do. That's right. So I want you to combine teams. If you're in a group of 3, you gotta find another person. Get in groups of 4 or 5. Hang on to all the balloons. Alright, get in groups of 4 or 5. Now, same exercise. Walk with the volleyball. Same rules. Don't let the balloons hit the chairs. If you have more, hold on. If y'all have more than one balloon, hold on. Hold on. If y'all have more than one balloon, all the balloons need to be going, so don't put any balloons down. And now, you have more people and you have more balloons. I think you should get to use both sides. However, you can only use your elbows. There really should be a point to it. Besides my own amusement. There is a point. So here's what I want you to do, and I'm going to give you just a split second. This is real quick, like 30 seconds. Talk to the people around you, and I want you to come up with as many as you can, but at least one answer to this question. How was that exercise like managing your emotions in the workplace? How was that exercise like managing emotions in the workplace, okay? Go. 30 seconds. Talk to the person. Excellent. When you feel uncomfortable, you still have to maintain control. That's a great answer. What else? Yeah.
When you're out of your comfort or out of your element, it's frustrating trying to figure out how to.
Excellent. When you're outside of your element, you're doing something different, sometimes it's hard to figure out how to negotiate or how to do it. Excellent. Yeah.
You had to adapt to where the balloon landed.
Yeah, you had to adapt to where it landed. You didn't always get to pick, did you? So you had to be flexible. In this instance, physically. Yeah.
So you choose the rules that are going to keep it in place, keep it from hitting anything. You might have broken a couple rules.
You might have broken the rules. Okay. All right, I'll tell you what, those are all good. Oh, we have one more over here? Yeah.
Just teamwork and patience.
Teamwork and patience. If you work together, maybe communicated it. Okay, yeah, one more.
So to keep the balloons in the air, I actually knelt down.
Oh, clever.
Because it kept going down lower.
Excellent. She kneeled down So you adapted to what was happening so that you were able to do it.
But as a team, not individually.
Excellent, though, as a team. I'm impressed. All of those are really good. Yeah, okay, one more. Yes.
You have to stay focused because it kept on moving.
You have to stay focused because it kept moving and changing. That is true. You know, all of those are right, and I think those are great lessons. There's a couple things I want you to think about as well. First of all, I think it is absolutely true when it comes to managing emotions, dealing with difficult people, dealing with difficult situations, just like in this game. Did y'all notice the more difficult and challenging I made the exercise, the harder you had to be willing to work to be successful? Y'all, if it were easy, everybody would do it. It's not. It requires work, and the more difficult, more challenging. Y'all, we don't have to have emotional control, emotional intelligence seminars because people are just way too happy. Right? So the more difficult or challenging, the more that we have to be willing to put in the effort. The second thing is that I did notice that I told you, one hand, I told you elbows, but a lot of you cheated. I saw heads, feet. Right? A lot of you broke the rules, and you know what? I'm glad you did. Because I think sometimes we get caught up in that tunnel, don't we? Sometimes you have to break the rules. Now, I do not mean that you break the rules of your company and your association or group. What I'm saying, though, is sometimes you have to break your own rules. You have to challenge yourself. We set parameters on ourselves for what we think we are capable of, and what we're good at, and what we can do. And you have to break your own rules. Sometimes the best solutions are outside of what you've always done before. The third thing, and I think this is really important, because just like in dealing with difficult people and difficult situations, dealing with your emotions, I think it's just like in this exercise. Because y'all, in this exercise, if you did nothing, if you took no action, nothing happens. If you want something to be different in your life, you have to do something different. And sometimes it's small steps, sometimes it's little things, but you have to be willing to take action. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't going to be things that are outside of our circle of influence. There are things that are our circle of concern. And that means that we have to have the ability to let it go. Right? It's easy to say, but let it go. Just let it roll off your back. You're a tree, you can bend. Right? Easy to say, not so easy to do. I tell a lot of stories about my mom because my mom is crazy. No, she is. It used to be cute. Now we're worried. She's crossed the line. We don't know when this happened. But my mom actually taught me a really, really important lesson because it's about our ability to manage the impulse gate, the delayed gratification, and how do we process our emotions effectively. And it really is the essence of emotional intelligence. Ever since I was a little kid, my mom has done this. I never really got it until I became an adult. But once I became an adult, it really hit me because to this day, my mother does this. When my mom gets really, really mad about something, she gives herself a time limit for how long she's allowed to be mad. So she will literally call me. To this day, she will call me when she's mad. And it's usually at my sister. Don't feel sorry for my sister, though, because she calls my sister when she's mad at me. And we call each other when we're mad at her. That's how we love. Family love. That's what we do. But my mom will call me, I'm so mad, this happened, and that happened, but I have to be over it by 3 o'clock because that's my time limit. That is crazy. But you know what? It works. And it doesn't work because at 3 o'clock she's forgotten about it. It works because at 3 o'clock she chooses to move forward. You know, that's what processing our emotions is all about. That's what emotional intelligence is. Remember, the trigger's going to hit, right? It's going to happen. The event hits us. It hits us in our head. Our impulse gate is in check. Delayed gratification. We're not going to react, but rather pause and respond. So we handle the situation using all those good communication skills we did in the last session, right? As soon as the situation is over, you go directly to your venting place of choice, and you open the impulse gate, and you let them have it. And you vent it out. And if you want to yell, yell. If you're a screamer, scream. Right? If you're a thrower, throw. Just don't throw like the remote control throw a pillow. Right? Have somebody you can call. Go for a run. I know. I hear people do that. That works. Right? Journal. That's a great way to vent emotion. I personally do not journal. Journals are evidence. Exhibit A. A journal I got a part of it. But whatever works for you, you vent it out. And here's the catch. You have to allow yourself to fully and completely feel the emotion. Once you feel the emotion, then you can, at the appropriate time, with your time limit, let it go. You know, we make the mistake of trying to deny our emotion, trying to minimize our emotion, pretending like we're wrong for having that emotion. I'll bet every one of us in this room at least once has said to ourselves, oh, I am so stupid for being mad about this. So stupid for letting this get to me. You know, every time you say that to yourself, you're increasing exponentially how long it's going to take for you to move past it. The only way you can move past it is when you own it. A much more healthy thing to say is, I don't like the fact that I'm mad about this, but I'm going to get over it. Own it. Once you've owned it, you appropriately express it. You don't burst into tears with the person sitting there. You don't yell or scream. Impulse gate, impulse gate, impulse gate. You handle the situation appropriately. And then own the feeling. If you're mad, be mad. Let it out. And then you can choose to move forward. And y'all, that is processing emotions effectively.